One day, little Johnny's teacher asks the class, "Can anybody tell me why during crisis and emergencies we evacuate women and children first?" Susie raised her hand. "Go ahead, Susie." "Because women and children are vulnerable," Susie responded. "Well done, Susie. Anybody else? Timmy, what do you say?" asked the teacher. Timmy, with proud look on his face, responds, "To ensure the future generation!" Teacher says, "That's very smart, Timmy. Very good." Little Johnny then raised his hand, eager to answer too. Me, teacher!" The teacher takes a deep breath, nervous of the confident look on little Johnny's face, as if he found the perfect answer. "All right, Johnny, go ahead and share your thoughts." Little Johnny stands and says, "So men can stay behind and think of a solution, in silence." The nun teaching Sunday school was speaking to her class one morning, and she asked the question, "When you die and go to heaven, which part of your body goes first?" Susie raised her hand and said, "I think it's your hands." "Why do you think it's your hands, Susie?" Susie replied, "Because when you pray, you hold your hands together in front of you, and God just takes your hands first." "What a wonderful answer," the nun said. Little Johnny raised his hand and said, "Sister, I think it's your feet." The nun looked at him with the strangest look on her face. "Now, Johnny, why do you think it would be your feet?" Little Johnny said, "Well, I walked into Mommy and Daddy's bedroom the other night. Mommy had her legs straight up in the air and she was saying, 'Oh God, I'm coming.' I gotta tell you, if Dad hadn't pinned her down, we'd have lost her." The teacher asked the kids a question. "Now kids, what does the chicken give you?" Little Johnny in the corner of the classroom replies, "Meat. Very good, Johnny." The teacher responds, offering a nod of approval. "Now tell us, what does the pig give you?" Little Johnny got confused and was unable to answer. He fumbled with his pencil, feeling the pressure. Suddenly, little Timmy quickly shouted, "Bacon! Great job, Timmy!" the teacher exclaimed. Timmy looks over to little Johnny with a proud look on his face and says, "This wouldn't have happened if you would have done your homework." Little Johnny looked over to Timmy with a face of anger. "All right, kids," the teacher continued, "whoever gets this question right gets a surprise at the end of the class today." As soon as little Johnny heard this, he was eagerly waiting for the teacher's final question so that he could show off his prize to Timmy and take his revenge. The class waited in hushed anticipation. "All right, kids," the teacher announced, "what does the fat cow give you?" Little Johnny replies, "Homework." Teacher asked little Johnny, "What's 2 and 2?" He counted 1, 2, 3, 4 on his fingers and said, "4, teacher?" She said, "Yes, that's right, but you counted on your fingers. Put your hands behind your back and tell me what's 3 and 3. He put his hands behind his back, fumbled around, and answered, "6, teacher?" She said, "Yes, that's right, but you're still counting on your fingers. Put your hands in your pockets and tell me what's 5 and 5. He put his hands in his pockets, fumbled around, and replied, "11, teacher?" Little Johnny asked his father for a new bike for his birthday. Johnny's father says, "We have an $80,000 mortgage on the house and I just lost my job. Sorry, but we just can't afford one right now." Johnny said, "It's okay, Dad. I understand," and went to his room. The next day, little Johnny came downstairs with a huge suitcase and said, "All right, it was nice knowing you guys. I'm out of here. Have a nice life." His father asked, "Why are you leaving?" Johnny said, "Late last night I got up to pee. I was walking past your room, and I heard you tell Mommy that you were pulling out. And Mommy said that you should wait because she was coming too. And I'll be damned if I get stuck with an $80,000 mortgage."
Little Johnny comes down the staircase to eat breakfast. They live on a farm, and before he sits down to eat, his mother asks if he has done his chores. "Not yet," said little Johnny. His mother tells him that he can't eat until he completes his chores. Well, he's a little pissed off, so he goes to feed the chickens, and he kicks one. He goes to feed the cows, and he kicks one. He goes to feed the pigs, and he kicks one. He goes back inside and sits down for breakfast. His mother gives him a bowl of dry cereal. "How come I don't get any eggs and bacon? Why don't I have any milk in my cereal?" he asks. "Well," his mother says, "I saw you kick a chicken, so you don't get any eggs for a week. I saw you kick the pig, so you don't get any bacon for a week either. I also saw you kick the cow, so for a week, you aren't getting any milk." Just then, his father comes down for breakfast and kicks the cat halfway across the kitchen. Little Johnny looks up at his mother with a smile and says, "Are you going to tell him or should I?"
Johnny, how does he even know?
I think Johnny knows quite a lot.
Yeah.